Hello everyone, I Assistant Professor Pragati Shetty from Department of Microbiology, KG Somaya College. In this online lecture, we will study the next part in the biochip. Okay, in the last online lecture, we saw what are the biochips, what is their main features, then why to use biochips, biochips components, including transponder and the reader, that is subdivided into the 4 to 3 parts each. Next, we saw implantation for the biochips, the working of the biochip. Then we saw the types of the biochips. First, we saw the DNA microarray, also can be called as the gene chip. The second, we saw protein chip, protein biochip or the protein microarray. Now, in the third, in this type, in this lecture, we will see the lab on a chip. Okay, this is a type of the biochip called as a lab on a chip. The name says in this chip we can carry out the reactions that we used to carry in the laboratories. Okay, so therefore the name is given as the lab on a chip. So the methods, the test which is used to determine, which is used to carry in the laboratories, that can be also carry out using a chip. Okay, so we can say that whole lab can be incorporated on a chip to give the result, and that will be very specific and accurate. Okay, so we will start the lab on a chip. So basically it is a device that can carry out the several or more than one laboratory functions on a single integrated circuit called as a chip. Okay, a chip, which is chip ultimately will be having the circuit, right? So in this lab on a chip there is circuit coming. Okay, now in this single integrated circuit there will be one input center and one output center. Okay, now we can determine more than one laboratory functions or the test, or more than one multiple tests we can carry out simultaneously, means the at the one time in the single integrated circuit called as the chip. Okay, now the size of the lab on a chip can be ranged from the millimeters to the few square centimeters. It is like a very small box, okay, or a thin little rectangular slide. So millimeters to the few square centimeters. Now the volume of the sample required in the lab on a chip is the less than picoliters. Okay, picoliters is the smallest unit. So picoliter means the 1 trillionth of the sample we will be required. So the harmful samples or the risky samples can here used for the testing, which is not possible usually in the laboratories due to the risk factor and due to the hardness which can be caused due to that sample, due to that test. But with the using, if we use the lab on a chip, then that can be the possible. Okay, so this is the major advantage of the lab on a chip. It will require very minute size of the sample, that is in the picoliters, less than picoliters. Okay, then the faster analysis and the faster responses due to the short diffusion distances, fast heating processes, right? As I mentioned, there is a circuit, so there will be the electronic waves production. That production is quick. The distance for diffusion is small. Then high surface to volume ratios is there in the lab on a chip. Okay, then it will have the small heat capacities. So due to this such properties, such beneficial properties, the lab on a chip is a very unique and important method to carry out the test which cannot be done in the laboratory, but that can be done in the on using a chip. Okay, so it is very safer for, as I mentioned, the harmful test chemicals. So here is the point: safer for the radioactive samples, right, that can cause harm to the human, the radioactive waves, but we can use these samples using the lab on a chip method. So it is safer for radioactive sample, biochemical samples, right, then different types of other chemicals or the biomolecule samples, and as the small, very small, less than picoliters amount of the sample is required. Okay, now it is also used to determine the different types of the diseases, right, various kind of the disease, then the cancerous cells we can determine. In the each chip we can carry the test for the cancer. Okay, we can check this disease prior, very prior, then it will actually start diffusing, and so that we can cure that, we can start curing or we can start giving medications earlier to that person. Okay, now this is also used to determine the different various type of the diseases, and the example, the very famous example for the lab on a chip method is the global use of this chip has been done by using the home pregnancy kits. This is the paper based microfluidics technology is used in this. Okay, by which home pregnancy kits, with the sample we can detect the presence or absence of that proteins, right, on the chip. So it is very convenient, right, then we can detect the infectious diseases, as I mentioned. Okay, so you can see in that picture there is a chip, the red color one indicating the input. Okay, then the circuit, there is the on the bottom end there is the electrical connections. All right, then the bonding or the sealing, the surfaces can be the PDMS, that is the thermoplastic surfaces, can be used for manufacturing these chips, or the silicon surface, or the glass slides can be used, which are mostly used. The glass slides is the most used material for these biochips, lab on a chips. Then emerging technologies, then as I mentioned, the paper based microfluidics, this material can also be used, right. Then the fluidic connections, now the spot, the input spot where the we will inoculate, incorporate our sample, right. So that sample can be the press fit, can be the adhesiveness we can use for incorporating, for absorbing that molecule into the above forward processes. Okay, so these are the major components of the lab on a chip method, which is the third type in the biochip. Okay, so in brief, a lab on a chip is a miniaturized device. It is a very small little device that integrates into the single chip. Okay, then one or more than one test, laboratory test methods we can determine on a single chip. Okay, that can be used for the biochemical detection of the sample, or this can be also used for the DNA sequencing and for majorly determining the infectious diseases. Okay, and this also require very minute amount of the sample, that is the less than picoliters of the sample. Now I have posted the link of one YouTube video on this slide. It will show the complete working for the lab on a chip, starting from the putting a sample on the chip to getting the results. Okay, now results, it will also show the illuminescence in that circuit, the light production on that circuit. It will show the light or the chemical or the light production, the fluorescence production. Okay, in this also we incorporate the probes with the fluorescence, with the fluorophores. Okay, so the sample, if we are putting the blood sample, so if the blood sample will having the antigen, it will bind to the proper probes containing the antibodies with the fluorophores, with the molecule that emit the light. So if the positive reaction will be happen, then the light will be produced. Okay, the light will be emitted, and that can be called as the positive reaction for that sample. So in this video it has shown very neatly, so please do watch this video. This is about the third type of the biochip, that is the lab on a chip. Okay, so we learned three types. First is the DNA microarray, also can be called as the gene chip. Okay, in which the DNA segments are incorporated. Okay, we called as the probes. The gene segments are incorporated. The next one was the protein microarray, the protein chip. In case of the protein, probes are antibodies, because proteins are antigen, so we are incorporating antibodies with the fluorophores, so that the antigen will react with the antibodies, and if the positive reaction will happen, then it will emit the light. Okay, and the third one is the lab on a chip. Okay, in the lab on a chip also, we will be, if we are using the blood sample, the majorly probes are the antibodies. Okay, in case of the lab on a chip also, the antibodies with the fluorophore. So if the test sample is containing the protein, that is the antigen, pathogens, it will bind to the antibodies emitting the lights, right, determining the positive reaction. So these are the types of the biochips. Now we will see the advantages of the biochips. Okay, in this picture on the right hand side, the below picture is the example of the lab on a chip. Okay, so this how it looks. The lab on a chip can look like this. Okay, there is the circuit, you can see, and the first circle is your input. Okay, so this how it works. Now we will see the advantages of this biochips. To rescue the sick, right, we can determine any disease state or any disease prior, right, so we can rescue that person, we can save that person from the further complications. Then we can use to identify the person uniquely, as we can incorporate these biochips inside the person's body. So depending on various biochemical reactions that takes place in our body, and depending on the gene expression, right, we can identify that person uniquely. As we know, our gene is, everyone genes is unique, so depending on that uniqueness, we can identify that person. Okay, then we in monitoring the health condition of the individual in which they are specifically employed, which means they are majorly used for this purpose, the biochips, right, in monitoring the health conditions. Then they can perform thousands of biological reactions, operations in the few seconds. It is highly specific, highly sensitive, accurate, less time consuming, less sample consuming, right. So these are the many advantages of the biochips. It is easy to use, right, it is easy to use. Then very small sample size is required for this testing of the biochips. As I mentioned, it is highly specific, it is high sensitivity, then it is time saving, it is safe for use, safe to use for the harmful sample, right, such as the radioactive samples we can use with the help of the biochip. Then easy to use, easy to implant, inject in the person's body. As I mentioned in the last lecture, last to last online lecture, implantation is very much easy as compared to the vaccine also. Okay, it is even easy than the vaccine injection. So it is very to implant, it is very easy to get the microchip inside a person's body. So these are the advantages of the biochips. Now we will see the disadvantages of the biochips. Okay, along with advantages there always comes some disadvantages, the limitations. Okay, so what are they? There is the critical issue of the personal privacy. Okay, as they are very specific and very accurate, the privacy of a person can be revealed. Okay, which is not legal or which is not proper without their permission, but the biochip method are such that they can detect that much test also, because they are very sensitive and specific. Then they mark the end of the human freedom and the dignity. Again, in the same context, they mark the end of the human freedom, because if the person is having the biochip inside, so the person who is controlling the data of that biochip can get the whole information of that person, okay, without knowing the person that this data for my body is getting revealed to some another person. Okay, so it can mark the end of the human freedom and the dignity. Now they may not be supported by the large percentage of the people, right, because the previous 2 points are there. So the people may not support this type of the method, right, because it will reveal it will not having that much privacy. Okay, as compared to the laboratories testing, because biochips were inserted inside the person's body, and so that will detect each test, each reaction that is carrying out in a person's body. Okay, so and again there is a danger of turning every man, woman and child into a controlled slave, which mean we can control, okay, we can control their active or their test, we can control their reactions. We know that reactions, right, we know the person's uniqueness, we know the person's reaction, their gene expressions, their activities, their biochemical reaction. Okay, so that there can be the control slave, which is not good for the population or for the person. Then they can be implanted into one's body without their knowledge, because injection or the implantation of the biochips in a person's body is very easy. And so without knowing that person that he is or she is getting injected with the biochip, right, so it is very illegal and it is against a human right or that person right if he is not ready. So they can be implanted without their knowledge. Okay, so there are some limitations or some disadvantages we can call for the use of the biochips due to their highest sensitivity and the specificity, right, and due to the easy implantation. Anyone can implant the biochips to anyone, so it is not very legal, right, without getting permission to the other person. It can be used to do such illegal activities or the crime. So these are some disadvantages or the limitations of the biochips. In this online lecture we saw the advantages, then the disadvantages, then we saw the lab on a chip biochip, right. I hope you understood this online lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this, please ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching.